People wants a lot of money. What are you trying to fulfill with that money? That makes a difference in people's life, in the society, right? But if you just want to earn money and put it inside your savings account, I thought that was something very wrong.
So if on that topic of just being in a good surrounding to help you see better, right? There's this boomer advice that tells you okay, surround yourself with a selective circle of friends who share the similar financial values and goals. Is that still true today?
I can only answer you based on what my experience tells me. Is that I don't have a lot of friends. I would say that I'm closing on 50. Right. Maybe about 20 really close friends. And we don't meet up every day. Most probably maybe Chinese New Year once. But we know that each other is there. So if anything happens, I'm sure he or she will be there for me. Yeah. So as we age, as we have children growing up, then we don't have that time to really, meet up that often. Not like the younger people, you can always go for movies, catch up for a meal. We don't do that things because each of us have our own life.
Right. But if given the chance, having those bunch of people around you, does it really ensure that your life will be?
I think when you're younger, your friends does impact you but my age it doesn't impact me too much already. Because my mindset has already been fixed. But when you are younger, if you surround yourself with people who like to just enjoy life and do nothing, then most probably you think that is the right way to do it right?
Shane, what do you think? Do you surround yourself with people who are also in the BTO status? What's the
No.
Who do you surround yourself with?
Okay, I think having friends with similar financial values and goals makes it easier to go out. I think it really makes things easier to go out. So just to give you an example, right? If I go out with my group of friends, then there's this. We will always ask, okay, what's everyone's budget? But then there'll be one or two who will say, oh, can we don't eat so expensive? Yep. Which then we will have to follow up with, so what do you consider expensive? So then we have to narrow it down from there. And then I think I wouldn't go as far as to say that it's an inconvenience. It's just that there is an impact. So when you go out, right, and somebody has a budget, then you have to somehow cater to that person. Right. Otherwise, how do you go out as a group, right? But I don't think of it as in a bad way. I don't blame the person for doing it. It's just that there is, if you're asking me, there is an impact when you hang out with somebody who has
which brings me to the point that it's not that I don't want to surround myself with successful people and learn the ways. No, it's just that if I'm too poor to exist in this social group, it feels bad on me because I feel like a burden. They are too rich to care that whether I'm burdened or not, but it feels bad to me, right? So that means I can only surround myself with my socio-economical status people, which doesn't really follow the doctrine of this advice, which is surround yourself with successful people.
Because when it comes to my point in life now, we are very... Just last night, I was having a conversation with a primary school friend. So we realized that we have this weird habit these days, as we are closing in on our 50s, that we like to be isolated. we enjoy our me time. Yeah. So last year I went on a trip with a secondary one friend. So we shared the same room. So I didn't expect that kind of feelings I have. So I was thinking, wow, we are still in our secondary school days. We like to get together, sleep in the same room. Boys, we wear our underwear, walk around the room and stuff like that. But when things happen, I feel that we don't feel very comfortable anymore. So we will be going for another trip in the next month. So we decided to each one have our own rooms. But yeah.
So I'm going to pitch a hot topic here. Okay, so in children, right, we can invest money for their future, right? So do you think it's viable for us to invest in our friends? We like their companionship, right? And we 不要讲损友 lah. The person has been a nice companion, but their budget is slightly out. Do you think it's okay for hey bro, I can just cover the offset that you don't have?
I think it's okay. You should be a blessing. There's no point holding cash,
Yeah.
Yes. People want a lot of money, but end of the day, what are you trying to fulfill with that money?
Yeah.
Then that makes a difference in people's life, in the society, right?
Yeah.
But if you just want to earn money and put it inside your savings account, then I thought that was something very wrong.
Yeah. Do you think so? Because I strongly agree that money has no value until it is exchanged for something.
Yeah.
What do you think? Will you cover a person? Let's say it's the person is 300 short.
Yeah. as long as it's within my means.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that you have friends who are there for you. You have friends who are there for your ability to have fun. Because I do this one thing where I pay for really expensive board games because that's how I gather my friends every weekend to make sure that we maintain our friendships. And to some people, that's like, it's so dumb. Why are you spending so much money on your friends? And I think that the same thing which what Alan has said, money in your bank, yes, it will compound, it's great. But that thing is for you to exchange for something, right? Because back in the day, there's no currency, right? What people exchange is salt, just blocks of salt. So if you were to take that same logic in mind, what are you doing with 1 billion blocks of salt, right? You're not opening like a salt farm, right? So it has to be exchanged for something. And money is important for you to exchange for like experiences, like for example, investing in your children. It's going to buy you an experience you cannot get anywhere else, right? Traveling, you're going to see the world. Yeah. But if you keep so much money and you keep none of your friends, right? Then it's going to be a very awkward situation in your funeral where like one clown shows up because you have not like invested enough in the people around you. But then because you have the tendency to invest, I have this really strange fear, irrational fear. How many of my friends, right, would still be around me, right, if I go bankrupt today? Do you think about that? Like, how many people...
Well, if you want to do something for your friends, then my advice to you is not to expect anything back. So if you don't expect anything back, whether they will be your friends 10 years down the road, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, but there are some people who... They are good friends with you and they are like just nice people. But the moment you have not a lot of money, they are just afraid that you will ask them for money.
No, if you're investing in there for the sake of companion, then I thought it is not very right. You know, it's just like going to karaoke and pay the ladies.
Right, yeah. That's also the thing that it sounds like. But
it is like, not that it sounds like, it's actually similar, isn't it?
The thing is that if you are able to provide, why don't you share it with the people that you like? We decorate the people we love in diamonds and jewels, right? Then we provide money for our families to bring them to places because we want to do so.
Yeah.
So if our friends are our friends and they are dear friends, we do the same thing for them.
But you're buying games, right?
That I also get to participate in. I'm not gifting them things, ma. It's not like, you know, like what you say, like KTV like that. I'm creating opportunity for shared experiences.
Then why are they not buying?
Yeah, that's the question I get a lot of. Why am I the main person who does it? Because what they do is they provide my house with snacks.
Okay, then
there is an exchange. There is an exchange. But the irrational fear is that there is still based on money, you see, right? Every interaction now, right, is seeped in the fact that I bought something, they get to experience. So if I stop providing that experience, right, what happens? Do they leave? You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I know where you're trying to come. I mean, where you're coming from, but it really depends on what kind of foundation are you trying to build with your friends. Like, if it really boils down to money, then I don't think you're really building true friendships. Yeah, because our true friendship is like primary school, secondary school friends. You don't ask how much do you have. Are you rich or not? We wear the same school shoes, right? Same school uniform. That's the reason why we don't want that kind of differentiation, right? Then we grow up together. You know, some may have deviated away to do certain things in life, and some are very, prosperous. And but we still get in touch, and when we come together, it's never about you whether you're rich or I'm poor. So this is what I thought our true friends are.
This is why you don't provide.
You see, here's the other counter argument. Okay, then you don't provide. Then you're quite selfish in it, right?
No, it's not about being selfish. It's not.
It's not like face value in my friend sees. No, it's just a normal person.
Because I have not provided for my friends in the way that you have done so.
Yeah.
Like we always go out. So when we go out, correct. We always split. There's never we don't like, okay, today you treat. After that, next meeting you treat, that kind of thing. You got your bonus, okay, you treat us. Never. So we always
take turns.
Correct. And sometimes, I mean, even when we buy meals, right? So we will just pay for our meal. So we will literally take the receipt and then calculate like GST divided by how many people. And then if you ordered something more expensive, right, you pay for that more expensive meal that you ordered. Nobody is going to chip in for that. Like right. So I feel that when you do that, right, then there is no tension or no fear of like if I stop doing this, then will they leave me? Like, or like if I stop treating my friends, will they leave me when I go bankrupt? There's no
correct.
no such fear. I
But
feel.
here's the thing, it's not really specifically to me, because I've reached out to some friends, right, who are just like, oh, when we go out, we always like split the bill, and sometimes you don't split based on the person. Means you order one drink, one food, is like that. We just take the overall bill and we split accordingly. So we cover technically for the bigger eaters, and I'm a small eater, right? I still do that. But if one day I start saying like, hey, actually, you eat a lot and I didn't really eat that much, can we just split that? Will that look bad on you? And some people have that thing. Because to me, if you just straight up be honest, I'm poor, your friends will understand, right? I'm struggling this month, I understand. But if you go and calculate, let's say 你计较的话, the amount of times I have to cover for big eaters, right? You actually lose out a lot of money. And if you ever decide to stop doing that, right, would that make you look bad?
I don't
Right.
think.
Will you
I
lose
think
friends?
I'm just here to take care of your well-being psychologically.
Yeah, today is a
Because you're
counselor.
making your life very difficult by trying to go to the that 计较 that little bit of things, and everything you have to calculate to the dollar and cents. It's very waste of time lah. All right, so for me, I thought just be gracious, lor. Graciously you give, people will graciously give you back. So make it more, your life more simpler, and obviously there is going to be people who will leverage on you lah.
Yeah.
Then when they are leveraging on you, stop going out with them lah. Because if they are leveraging on you, literally they don't treat you as true friends.
Right.
Right. So for me, I got that impact. I wasn't born like that, all right? So I was thinking also, wow, 1毛2毛3毛.
Yeah.
My brother actually impacted my life quite a fair bit. My second brother, he graciously gave me quite a fair bit of monetary, sums when I was growing up. So I was thinking, wow, this is really quite over. Then it's really, I was impacted lah. I was impacted to a point that I think giving is really a very right thing to do. Of course, you need to impact people's life. Not that you give to a rich person. You can't give to a rich person because he has already a lot.
Yeah.
All right, but if your friends who are like not so well privileged, right? Once in a while you bring him out for a good meal, I think he will feel the difference, and he will that really impacts his life. So one day if he becomes successful, he will remember what you have just done, what you have previously done for him, and he will pay it forward. Maybe he wouldn't buy you back, but he will buy somebody else back. So people may ask, hey, everybody think like you, or the world will be better place.
Yeah.
Then my question is, I just do my part. Why do I worry about whether someone else will do it or not? So it's just like what you always think that whether he will do this back for you or not, whether this is worthwhile or not. Just do for yourself.
Right.
Do because of who you are. Just like I do it because I love my children. Not because my children can do something for me. Right? Because I'm a father, I'm supposed to do this. Then I'll do it. Then you have no, whether should I be doing it, or whether will I, after doing this thing, will my friends will still be around. Don't ask yourself too many questions. Don't make your life difficult. You're very young, 30 years old. Go out there and enjoy your life. Meet people. There are nasty people. I'm not saying that the world is a very beautiful place.
Yep.
Right? You're bound to meet nasty people. You're bound to meet people who calculate. Just let them be. You are who you are. Their calculative doesn't mix. Give you the reason to be calculative, right? Then you can't go down to that level and tell them, hey, you should not be doing this, you should not be doing that. You know why? Because if we think at the same level, they will be doing what you are doing.
Right. So now we're gonna circle back. So boomer advice comes from somebody else who has experienced it before, and they are telling you to do as they did. How important then is it to listen to boomer advice? Because they are steeped in like experiences. Right, but the experiences may no longer be viable.
There's no right way of living life. I don't tell people that you should live my life. I think everyone has the right to live their own life. This is your own journey. Go and experience it. There's no way that I say that this action is correct. You should be like me. No. I think everyone has our own life. I have my own life experiences. I'm doing what I am because of what my past was. All right, so you have a past, your friends are different, your family are different. Just go and experience life. It's a journey, right?
So instead of taking boomer advice as like, I would say, fundamental rules or holy grail, it's just like, this is how their life has been, you should be able to be smart enough to adapt it lah.
Just a guide lah. Yeah, just a guide maybe. Yeah.
So with that, we've come to the end of our episode. Today we've discussed many interesting toxic boomer financial advices that we often hear so much that it almost sounds like it's the holy grail, it's the fundamentals, it's the thing. But as we talk through it, we realize that actually no need lah, right? It's just a reflection of their life experience, and you should be comfortable and confident enough to take that, synthesize it into something you can use, and really learn about why they are giving the advice, because they're trying to teach you something important, right? So we're not saying please reject all your elders' advice. They give you advice for reasons, but at the same time also please don't take their advice wholesale, because they live in a generation that is completely different from our generation right now. And a case in point, like what Alan says, property prices never go down, right? So the things that they are trying to tell you is for your own good, so that you can know how to start planning. Yeah. And with that, I think it is very interesting, and we want to give a big shout out and big thanks to Alan here for giving such an interesting insight and teaching us so many interesting things about reframing and stuff like that. If not, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ian.
And I'm Xuan.
And we will see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye. 不要想太多. That's the main takeaway.
Put at the bottom. 不要想太多.